Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Our area is full of talent, and I mean national caliber talent. And our final guest is on that list. Welcome Whitney Lusk to the chatter.
Ooh,
hi, Whitney.
Hi. Look at that smile. Isn't that
I
beautiful?
know, isn't she darling? Whitney, have I
is.
known you since you were probably 2?
Yeah.
Wow, and now
I've
you're
just
what,
watched her
10?
grown up.
Yeah, I'm
She
10.
looks like good, doesn't
I've
she?
come a long way.
19.
Yep.
Wow.
I just barely turned 19.
Nice.
You grew up here in Spanish Fort.
Yeah, we were neighbors.
Yeah,
like,
for a long
For a
time.
really long time.
But
So-
you've been singing since you were 2?
No. Well, maybe.
Yeah. I used to invite all of our neighborhood to concerts in my backyard, but that was when I was like 7.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
once again, I've come a long way.
You certainly have. In your
So your desire for music has always been there,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
What made you turn, though, to, like, let's really pursue this? Was there something?
Well, I didn't really like doing anything else, and I just always liked to sing. I think songwriting came after, but I remember walking to my vocal coach one time, and I was just like, this is what I want to do. I want to make a career out of singing, out of music. I don't know how, but teach me.
Okay, so you had a coach
Yep.
guide you through that.
Yeah, kind of.
How old were you when you started the coaching?
When I decided to do that, I was 13.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
So,
And country is kind of the genre that you've picked and
Yeah.
followed, and you. It sounds like you've been traveling to kind of pursue that. So
Yeah.
tell us the path, kind of. So locally,
I don't know
you've
if I
trained
know
with
the path
maybe. How did that start? And then the traveling.
Well, so I started with vocal training, and then I've kind of just, like, through my vocal coach, I met my producer, and then he's kind of mentored me as far as, like, songwriting and gigging and stuff goes. So, and through songwriting, I've won competitions, which has allowed me to travel to Nashville and LA and things like that. So,
oh,
Very nice.
So I think that being able to sing and probably learn how to play the guitar and all of that, that's one thing. But what about learning to perform? Do you love to perform? Because I think that's an entirely different element that comes with
yeah.
it. Yes?
I can't say that. It makes me sound really bad if I say that. I have like a love-hate relationship with performing. I love being on stage, but also it's so out of my comfort zone. Like, I'm a very reserved person, and I'm a major introvert. So I'm not, and I'm always super picky about my voice sounding really good. So I'm not one to go and like run around a stage and make myself look like an idiot. But I love performing. There's a rush that you get from it that just doesn't come anywhere else. You can't really get it in the studio or, yeah. I love performing.
But you often hear artists say that.
I know. I was gonna just say
But
the
then they
same
hit
thing.
the stage, and then all of a sudden they're just completely in their element, and they just become someone else entirely.
It's true. I would have
A
to
completely
say
different
that is-
experience for you.
Yeah.
So, Whitney, you've made a CD.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience and what you're working on now.
So I released an EP about a year ago, almost a year and a half ago, and I released it on iTunes. It was more rock pop than it was country. And this next album I'm releasing in August, and it is definitely more country pop.
Do you talk about yourself in the CDs? You know, all of your 19 years, or is this more?
I do. Some of the songs are pretty personal, so
Okay.
yeah, I think the album is going to be called Who I Am. So I think it shows a little bit more of who I am as an artist now too.
Okay.
And as a songwriter and a performer, all of it. So,
Okay.
So, who are some of the acts that you've opened for?
so when I was 14 or 15, I performed at Country Explosion. It's Country Fan Fest now. But I got to meet Billy Currington and Leanne Rimes, and I opened for him and her and Kelly Pickler.
Awesome.
And I've opened for Maddie and Tay, the country act, and Andy Case. She's a YouTuber. She's really popular. So those are the main.
And then where locally have you performed? Like, what have you done here in Spanish Fort, but then what have you done throughout the valley?
I've performed at the Harvest Moon Hurrah. I did that last year. And then I've done shows all over, like Salt Lake, Ogden. I just actually did a show in Arizona a few weeks ago. So it kind of just depends on where
what-
the gig is.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm everywhere. So
Okay.
I love it.
That's amazing. And is it your producer that puts you where, the gigs that...
Actually,
There you go.
it's my mom.
Oh.
She's
Little mom.
she's like my momager.
momager?
Yeah, my momager. She gets me a lot of gigs. I've kind of over the last year I've had to learn to do it on my own a little bit more, but she definitely helps get me placed in all these different places.
Well, I know for a lot of country music artists, I think when you, I guess, get to go to Nashville and spend time in Nashville or perform at the Bluebird Cafe, have you been able to do that or spend a lot of time in Nashville?
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
So my song Picasso, it's on iTunes and YouTube, all those. It won me a trip to Nashville last year, and it was the first time I'd ever been. I love Nashville, and I got to perform at the Bluebird, so it was pretty intense. My first time in Nashville, I got to ride on Music Row, and I got to perform at the Bluebird. It was, I made a lot of good memories, that's for sure.
Good.
Oh,
Have
that's
you
so
been back?
neat.
I'm going back in a few weeks, actually, in 2
cool.
weeks, so.
And what will you do this trip?
Same thing, probably not perform at the Bluebird, because that was it was because I was with somebody specific. But I'm going to be performing at a lot of other cafes, and I'm going to be writing with a lot of people. And I hope I get to explore a little bit more, because last time I was in writing sessions the entire time. Yeah. So this time I want to go to the Opry and just
Oh,
go all
yes.
around.
Cool. And when you first arrived here and we were getting to know you a little bit better, you talked about some awards this past year. What kind of things can you tell us about?
Once again, my mom knows all the correct lingo better than I do, but Picasso won a song in the Utah Music Awards, and I've won, I think, Heaven's Got a Good One and Heaven's Got a Good One. I can't speak. And I'm Better Off, which I'll be performing later. They both won songwriter awards.
Okay.
I think American Songwriter Awards.
Okay,
So
cool.
for best country song. So that's
amazing.
Very
exciting.
cool.
And I noticed that you play an instrument as well.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing? What instrument, first of all, do you
I
play?
play guitar. I'm not super great at it, but that's how I write my songs, so I can get by. But I've been playing probably since I was 13.
Okay.
Probably should be better at it than I am because I've been
sure you
playing
are.
for 6 years, but
You're making the CDs. And
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah. So if someone wants to follow you, if our viewers are like, hey, I want to find Whitney, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Whitney Lusk Music, Twitter, Whitney Lusk 3, and my Facebook, Whitney Lusk Music,
Okay.
and WhitneyLuskMusic.com. If you go there, then you can go to all
You'll
of them.
find. Oh.
So same with YouTube. We plug in your name. And
Yeah,
then
you can
that'll
find me on
come.
YouTube
Yeah.
too.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear you sing.
Yes,
I'm
very
excited.
cool.
Thanks. I'm
Yay.
excited
Well,
to do
stay
it.
tuned because that is coming up next. Whitney is going to perform for us. We'll be right back.